We're getting ready to
Oh, there we
be.
go. That's the thing. When you work with somebody long enough, you start reading each other's minds. So we are official. Hello, my name's Michelle Lynn. Um, it feels like forever since I've been here. We did our rolling in the dough workshop a couple weeks ago. I think we started on February 5th. We wrapped that up. Gosh, it was the 19th. It's been a week. So how many of you guys were there? How many of you were on the rolling in the dough? Yay, good, good, good. I see Lori's raising her hand. You guys can also drop a note in the chat. Let me see. Let me go to gallery speakers. There we go. Yeah, so for those of you who are not on camera, were you there? Were you there? And if you're on Facebook, drop a note in the comments if you were there. If you So whether you're watching us live right now or if you're watching a replay, just trying to keep track. Jackie, of course you were there. You signed up for the bakery. I'm so excited for you. So I'm glad you're here. For those of you who don't know what the Interior Design Business Bakery is, you're like, what is this girl talking about? I don't need croissants and cream puffs. The Interior Design Business Bakery is my year-long paid program where I teach you the recipe for running your interior design business without trading your time for money. It's just a business of interior design. So I'm actually taking a piece from that content, and that's what we're teaching today is modified interior design. I get so excited about these things. So let's just dive right in, okay? Not every project that calls us, not every prospect that calls us is going to be looking for, or maybe they are, but they might not be able to afford full service interior design. And by full service interior design, I mean you are white glove service the entire way. What you're doing is you are designing, you are handling all of the trade, the workrooms, coordinating those. I'm not saying you're acting as general contractor, but you're navigating all of these details on behalf of the client. You are creating the design, if it is with any renovation, even if it's just, creating some custom built-ins or a full kitchen gut or a full house remodel, whatever that looks like. And also designing their soft furnishings and their case goods and things along that line. But then you're doing all of the ordering. And you're doing all of the procurement, you're doing all of the troubleshooting, all of the problem resolutions, things along that line. And if you've been in design for any length of time and you've done any of that procurement, you understand that there's always something that goes wrong. It can be that a piece of furniture shows up wrong. Maybe you ordered a pink silk sofa and a purple velvet sofa shows up, okay? Or maybe your desk shows up without a leg, or your chair has a big rip across it, or the custom upholstery you did ended up coming from two different dye lots and you can see the nuance. So, or something just doesn't show up, or something keeps getting back ordered over and over and over again. So you're going back and forth between the vendors and the freight companies and maybe the repair companies, or what is it, Dr. Sofa, because they needed to take the sofa apart and then bring it up the stairs and then put it back together, and that got jacked up, or they banged on some walls while they were doing that, or the movers broke something, or they stepped on the cat, or they let the cat out. But you're handling all of these details on behalf of our very busy clients. These are things that, unless you've been in interior design, most of our clients don't understand. So it's imperative that you do explain this to them as you are sharing with them the different options that they have and how they can work with you. Let me ask you this. In the chat or in the comments, let me know how long you guys have been in business. It kind of helps me have a quick track of the conversation. And whether you've just been doing it kind of as a hobby for a while, or you've been doing it for a while, but you're not getting paid well, just doesn't matter. Tell me how many years you've been doing it, please. While you're doing that, let me back myself up a little bit. My name is Michelle Lynn. I am the owner, president of ML Interiors Group, which is where I'm at right now. We are an award-winning interior design firm in Dallas, Texas. And because I've been able to put through a lot of trial and turmoil and tribulation and a lot of hair color up covering this gray hair. Because I've gotten this business where it basically runs itself based on the processes and the procedures, the systems that we have in place and the checks and balances, it allows me to take what I've learned and teach other interior designers how to do it. Because back in the day when I was starting my business, nobody was talking about it. Like I'd be asking questions. They're like, oh, I'm not going to tell you. You've got to figure it out yourself. You've got to earn your stripes or whatever. Like, dude, this sucks. Like, come on, it's women helping women, right? No, it was all tight-lipped, and it's still pretty tight-lipped. So I'm here to blow the doors off of it and just tell you everything that's worked for me. We've been at 7 figures. We've been highly profitable, and then we've had shitty years. Okay, so I can tell you what to do and I can tell you what not to do. So that's where I created my paid program. That's the Interior Design Business Bakery. It's a year-long program. But why not? I mean, there's enough ugly houses for all of us, right? And we should all be making money and having fun doing what we love and being profitable. So that's who I am. I am am I the host of this Interior Designers Business Launchpad Facebook group? The host, actually Hallie's the host, but it's my page. So I appreciate if you guys are on the Interior Designers Business Launchpad, that we're not promoting other coaches, we're not promoting ourselves and so forth, just having that level of respect back and forth, because this is where I do a lot of my business. But I'm not shy. I come on here every other week and share content with you guys. So that's what we're doing today. Let me see. So we've got people 3 years, 5 years, less than a year, 6, 5, 5. Okay, good. 5-year side hustle, 1 year full time. Oh, good. 5, 1 solo. Jackie's had your remodeling business for 6.5 years, doing some design here and there. Just officially started your design branch in October. Yay! Designing for 17 plus years, but just began the process of starting your own business last month. Oh, rock on. Life free. And Jessica started 23 years ago, took 10 years away due to health, starting almost over from scratch in this new world. Yeah, pretty crazy. 20 plus years, 3rd generation designer. Badass. How cool is that? So it's literally in your blood, Lori. Okay. So I think we have enough experience here that my hope, and I did not ask to clarify this in the chat, but my hope is that you're all buying to the trade through trade vendors. If you're buying retail, stop. You're leaving a bucket of money on the table, a big bucket, not just like a little sand pail, like a big bucket. That can be another conversation that we have. We might even have some training on that. But for this training, I am going to make the assumption that 99 out of 100 items that you're ordering for your clients are to the trade, which does not necessarily mean more expensive, okay? But what it does mean is that you're also having some fees associated with, oh, Jackie, baby, module 3. Module 3, you're covered in the bakery, I promise. Associated fees with full service interior design. Not only is it your design fee and the purchases, but it is also the procurement. Okay, so they need to pay time for procurement. Your procurement should not be paid out of your margin or your markup for your furnishings. Okay. In addition to that, there are receiver fees. So when you buy to the trade, those items are not shipped directly to the client's homes. They go to a professional receiving facility. They inspect it, they store it, and then they deliver it. Okay. So some clients are going to find that that is not what they want to spend. Some clients might find that that is going to be killing a fly with a sledgehammer. They just don't need that. Their house value does not reflect that, like whatever, for whatever reason. So instead of losing the business, what I've done, and I'd like to say that I created this, but I'm sure that this is nothing particularly new. Instead of doing full service interior design, we created what we call a modified concierge interior design service. And this is a service that we can sell to a client as a standalone, but it's also for the client who might want concierge full service interior design, let's say I'm here in Texas. So let's say on the first floor, okay, their living room, their dining room, their kitchen, their master suite, the study, like whatever. So the laundry room, like whatever on the first floor, the guest bedroom. And then on the second story are the kids' rooms and maybe the game room, media room, or whatever. And it's like, you know what? I don't need something so fancy and so expensive for my kids because they're going to tear it up and they're going to outgrow it in 5 years. They're going to want a different style. So, what we've done is we've created this modified service. So, instead of holding their hand the entire way, what we do is we still give them the same level of service from the moment that they get on the phone with their qualifying call, all the way through signing the contract, and then all the way through the design process. Okay, it is white glove. We're taking really good care of them. Instead, once they've gone through and they've approved the design, okay, they get the whole kit and caboodle. They get the scope of work presentation, they get the contract signature, they've got previous to that, the initial visit, the meet and greet, the interview days, the questionnaires, they get the samples, they get the design presentation with the whole dog and pony show and stuff like that. This is where it changes. Our design fee is basically the same. Okay, it might be a little bit more for the modified, but that's only because we are not selling them furniture from the trade. What we're doing instead is we are handing them the design and all of the links to make their own purchases retail. What this has done, especially as you're growing your business, is this allows you, it opens up a new audience of your clients. It also allows some of your full service interior design clients to utilize you for the rest of their home. So they're like, yeah, of course I want full service interior design for my whole first floor. But second story, I want it to look really good, but I don't want to pay so much because it's secondary. My kids are going to move out in 5 years, like whatever. So what we do in various instances is we say, okay, and this is not something that I advertise right away. What I do is I kind of keep this information in my back pocket. So when I'm talking to them and I'm going through the qualification phase, I'm going through the interview phase prior to the signing of the contract or the scope of work preparation, you're having these conversations so you get a feel, and you could ask them, well, what if we did this for that and whatnot? So you write the scope of work according to it. So having the modified interior design can allow somebody who maybe might enjoy some of the process as well to get your suggestions, to get your specific links. So here's where I'm going to go. I'm going to go to Pottery Barn over here. I'm going to go to Etsy over here. I'm going to go to Bassett over here. So it's a combination. Excuse me. It's not like you went to Restoration Hardware and downloaded their calendar or their catalog into your design. You're still curating it. You're still utilizing your expertise and your design genius, but you're curating it in a manner that you hand it to them. And hey, babe, if you want to wait until that goes on sale, if you want to wait for, I don't know, the Labor Day sale, you can get that same sofa, and instead of $5,200, you can get it for whatever discount they have. So, or because I'm giving you the specifications, maybe you're driving past an estate sale and you see something sitting out on the front yard that looks similar. You pull up, you just make sure you've got your measuring tape in the car, see if it's got the same specifications, and you're good to go. So they get the chance to do some hunting if that's what they like. So it's a great way to be able to deliver your service to somebody who might not otherwise be able or willing to pay for all of the additional hand-holding services. Like personally, I like to be waited on, right? I don't want to be scouring around looking for sales and shit, but some clients do. And that works great because they get the benefit of a beautiful result, and they can also potentially pace their spending. So here's something that's interesting. A lot of clients, and Juliana, my colleague here, and I were just talking about this, Most clients don't know how much a single room costs to furnish because, and probably a lot of us didn't know what it cost to furnish until we got into this industry and we were like, holy shit, that's like $50,000 for that room? Like $35,000 for what? It's because we're buying things in increments, okay? Or we're getting things handed to us. Like I still have a sofa table that my mother-in-law gave me when we got married. Well, technically she gave it to my husband before we got married, but I claimed it now. So like I still have that. Okay. But beforehand, it's like you buy your window treatments when West Elm had them on sale. I bought my sofa because I needed a place to sit. Okay, but then I bought a rug and then I bought a different rug. And so you just go through the process and they don't understand how much it costs. So this is going to allow these individuals to space out their purchases instead of the lump sum that you require for the full service interior design. So, Ciara, installation help as an add-on or just hand off the design for them to shop plus install. What we have found, and that's a great question, is sometimes it takes them a freaking year to get it done. And I don't really want to chase them around and ask them, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? So what we'll do is we'll tell them when you're ready, we have a consultative service that you can use as just a one-off, and then we can come in and help you. But it's not something that I include with the service because there's no timeline. They'll get it done when they get it done. And sometimes you'll walk in, and this was back in the day, we had more of these. You walk in and you're like, you chose that sofa? Like, why did you choose that sofa? I told you it should look like this, and I don't want to see it. So I guess it's just kind of one of those things. It felt like the right thing to do at the time was to add a styling and staging service to it, but in reality, logistically, it was just a whip. All right, we're going to take a couple more questions, and then that will be our day today. Although I'm going to answer these questions in a minute because I'm going to hold you hostage here for a second. I want to share with you that we have the Interior Design Business Success Summit. It's coming up the 2nd through the 5th of April. We're going to be here in Dallas at Dallas Market Center, and I want to invite you. The theme is whipping up success in uncertain markets. And we have a lineup of badass speakers. We have individuals who are going to be speaking on their specific subject matter, but addressing it specifically for uncertain markets. We have branding, we have mindset, we have financials, SEO. It's well-rounded. Callie just dropped in the website for it. So go check it out. Take a look at our badass speakers. If you guys are on my email list, I think you can possibly ignore the one from today because it says they're introducing Nicole, but it's actually Maureen. So I'm trying to set these up myself. I'm not practicing what I preach and outsourcing it because we're reformatting it. So anyway, if you've been to a summit in the past, those were really good. This is going to be even elevated even more. So I hope you can join us. There's so much, I'm not going to give you a total commercial, but go check it out and I hope you can join us. And sign up because we've also got a limited number of rooms in the block that are available that we got a special rate for at the Virgin. Okay, Jacqueline, question. So you make 0 on any of the retail, correct? Correct. Some retailers offer 5 to 10%. Do we worry about how to get that at least? No. Do you use affiliate links? You could. I'll talk about that in a second. Or just forget any money from the item so that you can completely leave it in their hands from this point when you give the client the list. Yes. So here's basically what it is, Jacqueline. You could potentially curate something from, let's say, Side Door. Okay. Side Door can sell a lot of trade stuff directly to the public through, let's say, your link. You could do that. There's a lot of people who are very successful doing that. I've never had the bandwidth because what I'm focusing on, here's the thing from a business standpoint, I make more money marketing and getting full service interior design clients than trying to squeeze 5 to 10% out of retailers. It's just not worth my time. It's not always that way, but with that mindset, as you're growing your business, that's the case. because now it's just like rinse and repeat. Sure, absolutely. It's like a little, what do you call that? Assembly line. Done, 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 done. Here you go. Thank you. Please drive through. There's no modifications allowed because you have the specifications. You know what color, you know the dimensions. If you don't like that, then go buy that other couch. Like, I'm not going to find another one for you. Okay, there's no revisions. How much do you charge for design fees? Seems like this client won't be excited about paying. Elizabeth, great question. If they don't want to pay my design fee, then they can go to, what is this? So Wolf? What's that online E1? I don't know. They can go to Lily and Wolf. I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking about. They can go to the $79 per room e-design place because they make money on the furniture because they have to buy it through them. Our design fees, they're basically the same as any other design fee that I charge. So it's based on the square footage of the room and the level of complexity. My design fees and what I teach in the interior design business bakery, they're going to average between $4,500 and $6,500 per room just for the design fee. And yeah, if they don't want to pay that, then that's okay. They can go find somebody who's charging $75 an hour. I was her for a long time, but it doesn't, I'm not trying to be all things to all people. Here's my services. You want a Big Mac, you want fries and a Diet Coke, here you go. You want to supersize it, then it's full service interior design. But I'm not going to sell you, you know, a hard-boiled egg or, you know, a well-done steak at McDonald's. Like, this is what you get. So it's my business. It's your business. Do what you want. So I know I get so excited about this stuff. Thank you guys for being here with me. Thank you for the questions. I love that because it feels really weird just talking to the screen. Please take a look at the summit, the Interior Design Business Success Summit. This is something we do once a year. If you have any questions about it, I'm happy to answer it. But you won't be disappointed. And for those of you who have not been in business for very long, or for those of you who still lean towards retail, maybe you're a little bit intimidated by working with showrooms. Dallas Market Center is where we're going to be. We're going to do a grand tour of Dallas Market Center. We're going to take you in and teach you how to work with showrooms as well. Okay, if you've been working with trades, come to Dallas Market Center anyway. You might meet some new vendors. It's a great place. And we've got a badass little group of people. So look forward to seeing you. And I got to go eat lunch. I'm getting tongue-tied. Have a good day.